Yeah, I'm streaming on this channel because I just uploaded a video on my other one. And so if I was to stream on that channel, it would fuck up the views on the other one. We're back, gonna grab my coffee. I put it in the title. Okay. So we're up against Wukong. When we're up against Wukong, oh my god.
Blinded by this elegance, how could my purpose be anything but dark?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yes, this is my secondary secret channel. I would normally just stream League on my main. But the thing is, I kind of felt like playing League anyway, because I had kind of ended on a win spree. And I thought about playing off stream, but then I was like, eh. And then I thought, oh wait, if I stream on my main,
Minions have spawned.
if I stream on my main, the issue is going to be that the issue will be I'll just cannibalize all the views. You know?
I will render these mortals' forms into my own. Do you see my aim? Your death awaits. Carnage is my method.
That bug is still in the game, huh? In case you don't know, Wukong's E has a bug, right? Wukong's E has a bug where it resets your auto attack timer if he uses E at you, meaning if you're in the middle of an auto attack, he cancels it. And so with Aatrox's extremely slow auto attacks, he was able to auto attack 3 times before I could auto attack once. Which makes my life a bit difficult.
I can smile.
An enemy has been slain.
Where I was excellence, I am deformed. Recast poorly with these.
Tips on playing against Wukong. Play around Bramblevest. That's probably the most important one. So like, try to ensure that when he fights you, you're Bramblevesting his damage. Number 2, poke with Qs back out. You'll go even / win if you play around Bramblevest and poke with Qs. You'll lose the all-in, obviously, but you can actually, on second back, start driving him away, so to speak. You can start driving him back and actually somewhat winning it. So in a situation like that, do you see how I use all the minions and stuff? I'm not giving him the clean all-in that he's looking for.
I will hack and chop and cleave and thunder the filth of your forms! For my imprisonment, they will suffer.
I feel like he's dead.
Has been slain.
Guess I was wrong. My apologies, Sir Kane. Revive was dumb. We're not bringing it back. Boy, that guy got absolutely annihilated in that trade. I really didn't think he had the mana to use 2 more abilities. Wow, his abilities really just don't take mana, huh? They actually want to buff top lane? Yeah.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I seek his death.
Shut down.
You would fight me?
Hmm.
Let me show you hell.
That sucked. Thought we'd basically OTK him.
An enemy has been slain.
Challenge me, mortals! I am
Has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
I am the God Killer. I will drown them in oceans.
I think I should just wait for Gore Drinker. I think I should just wait for Gore Drinker.
An enemy has been slain.
Destiny awaits! I cannot die until all life ends.
Drinking that gore, drinking some gore.
plating will fall soon.
Actions I would have served.
I'm on this because literally what I say in the title. Okay. If I go and stream on my other account, right, after just uploading a video, the video won't get any views, which wouldn't help any. Like, if I'm just cannibalizing my other channel by streaming and putting videos on it at the same time, that doesn't do me any good. Like, especially when videos are the moneymaker. I can put a video up, right? Barely take any effort, 10, 20 minutes. That video will make more money than an entire day's worth of streaming. Now, yes, the streaming will get super chat and members and things like that, but really didn't know that. Yeah. Realistically, if I stopped streaming entirely and only put up videos, I would very likely make more money. In fact, I should really try that. Okay. I don't know, being a meme stream is kind of your thing. What? What does that have to do with anything I just said? Like literally, what does that have to do with anything I just said? Maybe your views would stop going down, or it would go down if you stop streaming. Dude, I want you to stop and think about something real quick, okay? Let me go to my other channel, and let's actually look at this, okay? I'm gonna look at my content. So live. My entire day's stream, 4 hours, got 9,600 views at the optimal time. My video is currently up to 3,900. It took me about 10 minutes to make.
Let me show you darkness.
Yeah, there's practically no reason, like, if you stream on YouTube or Twitch, you can get that Twitch Prime money, which is nice. But my video, okay, seriously, my video was uploaded when? Like an hour and a half ago? And it has half the views already of 4 or 5 hours of streaming? I mean, let's look at my optimal. The most views a stream has gotten in recent memory is a 10-hour stream for 23,000 viewers. 23,000. If I go look at my uploaded videos, they're all getting 11 to 17,000, 19,000, 30,000. They're all just right there, man. So, like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're actually just wrong. Let me actually put this once again in the best way I can describe it to you. If I was to stop streaming entirely and just play enough games of League in a day to sort of get the idea of the meta and all that, I would make more money by uploading videos.
I stood against the void. Now I would welcome it. I can smile and murder while I smile.
It's interesting that on this channel, I'm getting more views. Or sorry, I was getting more views playing Legends of Runeterra. Does YouTube not treat viewers in a live stream different? I thought it did. No.
It was forged by my prison.
Dude, I could go... You could also have a time to get a real job. Okay, dude, you're like 2 seconds away from getting permabanned at this point. You've come in here and insulted me multiple times. After I keep explaining why you're wrong, you just keep doubling down on it. Oh my fucking god. Cancels on my passive. I'm like, no, you're wrong. And you're like, nah, I'm a dumbass. And I'm like, you are actually, yes, you are actually kind of a dumbass, yes. And you're like, aha, I be the stupids. It's like once I disagree with you and show you that you're wrong, you like just double the fuck down on it. You just like double down on it and you're like, never. Yes, okay, let me be as blunt as I can, okay? If I was to stop streaming and take that time into generating videos, and instead of streaming and playing like 8 hours of League a day, right? Let's say I was to take that time and instead decide to pump out video content. I decided to pump out video content and make videos, and every day I decided, let's make a video, right? If I was to do that, I would very likely make way more money. I'm doing the gameplay videos. I'm saying if I literally just started making HASHINSHIN rants like a daily video and I didn't stream, and instead I took that time into making my rant gameplay or rant content, I could probably pop off. If I was really trying, I could probably pop off rant videos, including shorter ones that are just like the jokey ones like I just uploaded, right? I could do ones on like healing debuffs, I could do ones on things like power creep, I could do ones... In fact, one thing I've thought about doing and testing the waters on is just doing video content based on, just things I would talk about, right? Just talking about things for like 10-15 minutes. His Aatrox pull count towards a pull down on his passive. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I would probably have been able to tell you the answer to that until you asked me. The second you asked me, I'm now sitting here like, wait, does it? I'm like 90% sure it does.
The true sound of my blade can only be heard when they loathe the incarnation. Suffer as I suffer.
Enemy rampage.
I just can't punch through Wukong's damage. Shouldn't Yumi have the putrefier?
Their screams like the soothing hum of insects at dusk.
Hey, remember, Ziggs? You were meta 3 fucking years ago. And Echo is split.
Enemy double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
How the fuck do I keep getting blamed?
I am not a king, I am not a god, I am worse. Destiny awaits!
Dominating.
Okay. Yeah, guys, we really need to make sure to have 5 different healing debuffs. Fuck it, do I go with one too? Oh, Ziggs is dead. There, let's get a 5th fucking healing debuff. Why not?
Destroyed. Defeat.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh. Dude, Riven is so broken right now. Holy shit. Have you seen that fucking champion? Holy shit. I'm like legitimately starting to consider just making my permaban Riven. It's not that bad. I mean, she does negative into Urgot. Maybe I should just play a different game on this secret stream. You guys actually normally show up and watch on this channel. I normally get at least like 100 views. What should we play? Let me try to find something. Chair simulator? Hmm. Oh. Sorry. I was working out and my arms are dead. I maybe went a little bit too hard. I have that's not saying I went a little bit too hard isn't me um bragging. It's saying I maybe actually went too hard because I have what do you want to call it? Less pain receptors, I think you would call it that. And I was actually just like lifting and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if I could just go a little bit more weight and a little bit more weight and a little bit more weight and a little bit more weight. Yeah, Riven's win rate's pretty high. I'm actually getting less viewers on this stream than when I was streaming random games. I think the people that follow this channel actually don't like me playing League of Legends. On the other channel, they only want me to play League of Legends. On this one, I'm actually getting less viewers playing it. Maybe I should get back into making variety content videos. They were getting multiple thousands of views. The only problem is then I would need to make a third fucking channel. I would need to make a third channel, and then I would need to stream from the third channel. Oh my god. No, because then if I was to actually make variety videos, I would want a channel for variety videos, right? So then the issue would be that if I streamed on this channel and made variety videos on it, right, that would be too much. And then I would need to get a third channel to start streaming on that channel, because I wouldn't, like, if my variety videos actually started taking off, if they started even getting 10,000, 20,000 views, at that point, like, even if they started getting 10,000 views, I would start looking at that and thinking, this can make some real money. Okay, the one thing that's kind of annoying about this channel is you guys are far less talkative. So I often keep looking back at chat to see you guys respond to me, and no one has typed anything. And I'm just left sitting here like, okay, cool. Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to stream. Okay. The way YouTube does things is extremely poor. No, I bad jingle. The way YouTube does things is extremely poor. And basically, if you stream, okay, like this is what I was saying earlier. You want to have a channel that is only for streaming, and you want to have a channel that's only for videos. Because the way YouTube does things is if you like, this is why I'm not streaming on my other channel right now, because it would actually just hurt me. Because if I was streaming on my other channel, instead of recommending my video, it would recommend my stream. So from a financial perspective, I would just be draining the views from my videos, which would be bad for me. Yeah, you have to remember that getting good streams doesn't seem to help your videos, but getting good videos helps your streams. So you probably have more data to back up that argument, but whenever I'm done watching your stream, I go to watch videos after. It's okay, so it's complicated, but basically the way I look at it is streaming for me basically is just a way for me to beg people to subscribe to the channel. And then once people are subscribed to the channel, then I funnel them in through my videos. Oh, I should have got Ignite. Is that why you don't run money ads in your stream to get people in it? I used to run far more ads, and I think ads were actually good for my money, and I probably should do it again. But the growth on my stream is really, really small.
But I will remake this world in my dark.
The growth on my stream was really small, as in it was like I was getting 4,000 subscribers a month about, and then it slowed way down to like 1,000, and I decided that I needed to focus back on growth, and I got it back up to 2,000. It's down to 1,800 now, which is pretty low.
Patience, Aatrox, patience. Your freedom will come.
I have to believe that the reduced growth is simply because I'm putting out far less video content again, but I need to put out more, basically. I think just talking is a good thing, but it's really frustrating to me because sometimes my talking can get good views and sometimes it can't.
I will drown them in oceans of blood.
But yeah, basically the problem is that streaming on a channel that you also upload videos to is bad. Have you ever noticed, you guys, have you ever looked into it? Have you ever actually looked into it? Have you noticed that every single YouTuber that streams, every single one of them has a dedicated streaming channel, even if they have a main video channel with 1 million or 2 million subscribers, they'll still have a dedicated streaming channel? That's not because streaming is so amazing they don't want to cheat the system. It's because streaming drains your views while being far less lucrative. Let me put it this way. If I upload a video and I upload a stream, right? The video will generate views forever. The stream won't. The second the stream is done, it's basically done. No one watches a stream that's over. So if I put the same effort into making a video and the same effort into making a stream, okay, that effort that went into making that video will help me forever and will forever be boosting my channel and my content. The stream gets me a few more viewers initially, right? But its usefulness dries up pretty quickly.
An enemy has been slain.
Distract me from these chains.
Well, it's really hard for me because I need to definitely diversify my content, but it's hard to do that so long as so few people are willing to watch anything that isn't League. League content is rough right now. Some people can get a lot of views, but it's not gameplay. Why did you fire Ado, by the way? Because I'm now with... Okay. First off, I didn't fire him. It was just... When you consider the impact of having gameplay videos that I have to pay a good amount of money for, that barely generate more views than me just taking a few minutes to make a random video, it's not very worth it, is it? if I was more regular with my video uploads, they would be fine. But when I need to make a video, well, or when someone needs to edit a video and they need to cobble it together and they need to get money for that, right?
An ally has
He
been slain.
barely gives me more money than just making random videos. So at the end of the day, if I want to change what my channel is about and go to making random videos, yes, initially I'll lose views. I believe that's true. But given enough time, I'm gonna make more views on that video content, and then I won't have to pay for it.
I am your reckoner, mortals. Hear this cursed fawn sing.
It just stopped making, like, that's what I was saying. It stopped making financial sense to keep trying to beat the dead horse and make less money, just struggling to hold on to the gameplay stuff. I just need to be more regular with my video uploads. Part of the problem is I still see myself as a streamer when I really shouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, have you guys noticed that a lot of those streamers who make videos, have you noticed that a lot of them, like, are actually way tuning down their streaming even? Like, every time I've been up against SRO, I've noticed he's not streaming. And it's every time. Every time I'm up against him, I think, wait, he's not streaming. I'm not saying that streaming is bad money. Streaming is still good money, for sure. But, like,
An ally has been slain.
seriously, just compare the amount of views, right? If you have a stream with 500 people, maybe get 10 to 20,000. I'll say 20,000, fine, fuck it. 20,000. So if you have a stream with 40,000 people, maybe 80,000, right? So leniently, if you have 4,000 people watching you, you can get equivalent views. You can get equivalent views to if you've got an 80,000 viewer video. Now, yes, for someone like me, that would be good. For some of these people that are making 200, 300,000 viewer videos, yeah, it doesn't really even make sense to go stream for 8 hours compared to play a couple games, get a few good ones, and then make a meme video on it.
Fight! Join me in death.
Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly, Flat Mouse. I mean, think about it, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. If you are a 4,000 viewer streamer and you stream for 8 hours, okay, that would make... I'll be lenient. And I'm being super fucking lenient here, okay? Like, you guys, I'm being extremely lenient and biased towards the streaming, okay? In the amount of time it took you to stream 8 hours at 4,000 viewers,
Killing spree.
a single 200,000 viewer video would make twice as much money as that. Like, you know, what are you gonna do? And then, of course, the videos are making you money forever. The streaming, you have to keep streaming forever.
Come, let me show you darkness.
It just doesn't make any sense. You're basically building a video portfolio where so long as you continuously produce more video content, people will just click through your videos, right? You're making a portfolio versus, on the other hand, by streaming, all you're doing is making that day's streaming content. Now, you can build up a viewer base while streaming, and I'm pretty good at that, okay? The guys that are fans of me, they're pretty good at continuously watching me, right? You have a good personality and you have things like that, but it's far more rare to be able to do that than to fake having a good personality by just making yourself really likable in videos.
All that lives, I will end.
Yeah, if you were to stream 2, 3, 4 hours tops a day, right? Just enough to get a few good games, maybe you get 1 or 2 big plays, right? Then you go make your meme video. Oh my god, guys, I did X and Y happened, right? You would make more money. Now, think of the, let's call it mental health savings. By not streaming at all, think about how much mental health you're saving. Think about the burnout on streamers. Think about how many streamers, even when successful, give up streaming. The thing that no one really wants to talk about is chat sucks. You guys are terrible people. Like, I don't mean that even in an offensive way, I mean that in a realistic way. You guys are terrible people. It is not fun on a day-by-day basis. It is not fun to stream for your average chatter. Do you have flash? No, you don't, because we have the same flash timers.
My suffering, I will make it bloom.
Chat gives you content for streaming. Have you guys never noticed that a lot of successful streamers end up giving up streaming? Some people enjoy chat. Some people like talking to chat, right? Your average person, though, like, that's the thing. Your average person is fucking terrible. I think you get dumber chats. I think you get dumber chats the more, Did I ever put in...
Turret plating will soon fall.
What did... How did you not notice I was there? I literally blew it up.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dude, people come into every streamer's chat just to flame them. I've tried to discourage that stuff from my stream, but like, if I'm ever fighting someone, people, even like in my chat where I barely ever flame anyone, right? People will go to that streamer and just start flaming them. Legends of Runeterra is better. Yeah. But I would say that if I understood Legends of Runeterra more... Wait, we have a Jax? Huh. What was I gonna say? If I understood Legends of Runeterra more, I bet you that chat would start pissing me off with it. Because I feel like a lot of what chat suggests for me, the only reason it doesn't piss me off is because people are really dumb. One of the reasons in League of Legends it annoys me is because I actually understand the game enough to know when people are basically just doing troll suggestions. Whereas in League of Legends, I don't actually know in Legends of Runeterra, I don't actually know when people are just doing troll suggestions. Like, sometimes someone will link me a deck, and I'm like, that doesn't seem good, but maybe I don't know enough about the game. And sometimes I don't actually know enough about the game, and sometimes I am wrong. With my Victor deck, I was wrong. Yeah, that deck actually was good. And so that's why I don't try to make calls, right? Why did Kha'Zix have to be right there? That item needs to be nerfed. Prowlers, that needs to be nerfed. See, the thing I don't get. Okay, like, if someone was new to the game and came in and was like, hey, how come you don't do this? Most of the time I'll be like, well, that's just fucking stupid, right? But the thing I just get pissed off at isn't the people who do that, it's the people who goes, how come you don't build Blade of the Ruined King on set when Blade of the Ruined King is the most overpowered item literally ever and you're trolling by not building it? You know, it's just like, are you serious? Ash, why not stream from here and upload highlights to your big channel? Because remember when I was uploading highlights to my big channel? Remember when I was doing that? And it was only getting 10 to 20,000 views per video? Guys, people don't want highlights. People don't want highlights. They've seen it all. There's 1,000 people making content. There's only so much you can do with each champion, right? How many times do people make fun of, like, oh my god, another Shago box trick? Oh my god, right? Like, how many times does that happen? The reason why watching it live can be more impactful is you don't know. At the moment in time, when I'm prepping my Q, you don't know. Is that going to go off? Is it going to get the kill? Is it going to heal me in time? There's something about watching a play live that's far more impactful, right? Not knowing. But especially on highlight channels, you know that a play is going to happen. And you can generally, by watching enough plays, and especially when it's a content channel for one champion, you know what's going to happen, right? There's Yasuo. He's probably going to do some sort of EQ flash ultimate shenanigans, right? I fucking hate Ignite with all of my being. So, like, if I was to upload gameplay highlights, right? How many highlights would be, I do QW, Q to knock them, they get pulled, auto attack into third Q, they die. How many times a day could you watch that? Right? How many times could you watch that before you just get bored of it? Not many. I bet you not many times.
An enemy has been slain.
Now watching it live is different. Is he gonna flash out of it? Am I gonna miss? Am I really gonna hit the whole thing? These are the questions. And when it's live, you don't know, right?
Bow, worms! Bow before the world ends!
Exactly. In a live game, what if I get ignited and die? Right? And if that happens, isn't that making things more exciting? I would really have liked if people had backed me up on this one. Right? How many of the Aatrox highlights, even the ones that I show on Synapse, even the ones I give to Synapse for him to show, right? How many of them are basically like, well, they forgot to buy a healing debuff. Wow, that Gore Drinker healed half his HP. Cool.
They deserve only
Sometimes, yes, you do get really good outplays. You do get those crazy fucking plays. Like I remember I was fighting, who was it? Dakar on Rengar, right? And he runs in for the Ferocity Bola. I prep a Q. I sidestep the Bola. It was this. It wasn't right here, but it was basically this, right? He's here. I sidestepped the Bola, hit him with the Q2. He was over a W, so basically he was going to root me out of range for my Q3, but then he gets pulled in, Q3, and he dies, right? Like, you play like that. That's a really cool play, right? He sees me going for the Q. I step out of it, hit him with it anyway, and he dies. Like, okay. But how many plays are like that versus how many plays are basically your opponent flashes out and you keep chasing them? So that's why I think highlight channels can be fine because you don't know every champion and all the things they can do, but one channel that plays one or two, maybe even three champions, one player, there's only going to be so much you can do. There's only going to be so much you can do, right? Before people are just going to go, yeah, I've seen that. Oh, it's Aatrox against Scion? You're probably gonna full combo him over a W, and it'll chunk away half his HP. Is he at half HP? You're probably gonna kill him. Oh, you're against a Zed, and you're showing the replay? Well, he's probably not gonna hit you with the triple Q and kill you. You're probably gonna dodge them, live, and then kill him. Yep, okay. Oh, you're against Talon? He's probably not gonna ignite you and kill you. You're probably gonna drain tank him. Oh, yep, okay. If I was to actually make clips with Aatrox, I think what I would do, I would make half of them bad plays and half of them good plays just to keep you on your toes.
much toward vengeance. Drown this world in blood.
One thing I want to make a video on is my frustration at Dragon Ball Super. I actually want to make a video on my frustration at Dragon Ball Super, and not just because of Dragon Ball Super, but rather a general trend in recent history. Not amongst everything, but amongst I don't know, like some movies and stuff, where basically instead of taking itself seriously, in order to try to not be lampooned or made fun of, it doesn't take itself seriously. It doesn't make the bad guys serious. It doesn't make things look like a serious event. And in turn, by not taking anything seriously, it just hey guys, look, it's a highlight of him fighting Vladimir with Ignite. What do you think he's gonna do? Face tank and kill the Vladimir? Or do you think he'll probably run out the Ignite and then use a Gore Drinker and then use a passive hit? Right? If you break it down, yeah, I mean, to watch it in a highlight reel, yeah, it pretty much looks like. But if you watch it live, oh man, is HASHINSHIN gonna live? Oh, HASHINSHIN, you're ignited. You're at low HP. Are you gonna get out of this one? Yeah. Yeah, here's what I think. Here's what I think. By the way, but the whole Dragon Ball Super thing, okay? I got the Nami. She played pretty good. So here's my frustration with Dragon Ball Super, all right? And this is why I kind of want to make a video on it, okay? I hate this recent trend where things don't take themselves seriously to avoid being, like, made fun of. Like, Dragon Ball Super goes, oh man, well, I mean, yeah, the Universal Tournament was kind of dumb, but it wasn't really meant to be serious. They just wanted to get a bunch of people together and fight, right? Which is funny, because when you think about it, Dragon Ball Z, one of its major advantages, I don't know if it's an advantage, one of its major big points of Dragon Ball Z was that it did take itself seriously all the fucking time. No matter how stupid it was, no matter how dumb it was, it took itself seriously. Oh, there's an android that kind of looks like a cockroach who ate other androids through his tail and then evolved into a super android and is now going to blow up the world unless they can beat him in a martial arts tournament. Okay. And it still took itself seriously. And I think that's what made it really cool. You know, because you can get into it, you're immersed into it. If it takes itself seriously, you look at the best example I have of this is Mad Max. When you break it down, Mad Max Fury Road, what was it? People drive one place and then they drive back and they fight on the way as they're driving. Okay. They fight some dudes dressed in BDSM outfits. Okay. Not really that exciting when you break it down, right? But what made it cool? What made the bad guys cool? What made it, like, let's put it this way. What made it so that the bad guys actually felt threatening and actually felt cool and actually felt like, man, when those guys were beaten, that was cool, right? Because in the beginning of it and throughout the whole thing, they all took themselves seriously. They were all badass. They all had really cool moments. okay? And it was really fucking cool when you saw the fucking death cult people attacking, you knew like shit, this is a fucking death cult. Like these people are kind of badass, you know? And you'd seen them be badass. And you knew they were badass. Take Star Wars. Any Star Wars nerds in here? Why did the new Star Wars really fail? Whereas the old one kind of didn't. I shouldn't say the new ones. Why did the prequels... Okay, let's put it this way. Why does no one give a single fuck about the Trade Federation? Whereas the Stormtroopers are kind of badass. Because Star Wars literally opens with the Stormtroopers running into a choke point kill zone and through sheer determination and skill overwhelming the rebels and killing them all. Then having Darth Vader come out, choke people to death, murder people straight up. Then they blow the fuck out of Alderaan as a threat. Now let's look at the prequels. What did the Trade Federation do? Literally nothing. Like literally nothing. When the Trade Federation was beaten, did anyone give a shit? I don't even think the movie gave a shit. When the Trade Federation was beaten, it was practically off screen. It was basically Anakin was killing them off screen. Like no one even gave a shit. It was just like, yeah, the Trade Federation is gone. Because by that point, no one cared. They didn't do anything. They weren't threatening. Shit. Think about in Star Wars, in the first movie, the Empire starts out really scary and then gets beaten. In the second movie, to like bring the stakes back, what do? They basically one-up themselves. Okay, so the first movie opens with the Stormtroopers riding in. Okay, the second movie opens up with the fucking AT-ATs annihilating the rebel base and them desperately trying to flee. What does the third one start open with? They capture Luke and they've got Leia hostage. You know, it's like, damn. Right? But then let's look at prequels, right? What did they do? When was the Trade Federation ever a threat? Like, okay, let's say I'm a kid, right? Would I want a toy of a stormtrooper? Yeah, dude, they're called the fucking stormtroopers. They wear power armor. They're badass as shit. They murder people straight up. Would I want a toy of a robot from the Trade Federation? Would anyone ever, like, if you're playing a video game, right? Would you ever want to play as a Trade Federation? If given the choice, right? You could play as a stormtrooper or a battle droid. What do you think the percent split is? I think the percent split is somewhere like 80 to 90% of people would prefer the stormtrooper. No, the plot of the prequels made sense. They were just really bad at showing it. Okay, so here was basically the plot, okay? Emperor Palpatine, Senator Palpatine, right? He instigated a minor conflict using the Trade Federation, having the Trade Federation basically intentionally escalate the conflict. Okay? He intentionally had them escalate the conflict in order to start a war. Then he used that war to say, look, the Republic is weak. We need an army. So then he used that army and grew it because the Trade Federation also had an army. Now, here's the big thing. The Trade Federation weren't really that big a threat. I'm fairly certain if you actually look at Clone Wars and things like that, the Trade Federation was basically always on the back foot. A lot of people joined the rebellion just because the Republic was kind of weak and stupid, but he grew his army. Then Palpatine got emergency powers because they were at war and they needed a strong leader, right? And he got people to vote for it because he kind of worked with them. People like the dumbass Gungan dude, right? Then, once his army was at the height of their power, he instigated a coup against the government and took control. It's really not that complicated when you break it down. I'll be right back. I need water. My mouth is dry. Star Wars turned all their villains into crying babies who were bad because they didn't get what they wanted. I'm fairly certain everyone would agree that the crying baby was the only redeeming character and the only good part of the sequels. Do I want to play more games or do I just want to... I don't know. I think the main thing with the prequels, I don't think people legitimately think they're good. I think there's some people who think it, but I think the majority of people don't think they're good. They think that they have a good concept, and I think that most people um I think they have a good concept, and I think that most people appreciate that they tried. You know what I mean? The sequels were just so obviously bad and didn't do anything. I think that's the best way to put it. Most people just didn't think that they were good. The sequels. And that in addition to not being good, they didn't even really try. Didn't watch The Mandalorian, no. I think most people agree that the sequels just, like, it's hard going forwards because the sequels sucked so hard. They sucked so hard that they basically need to be retconned for the series to continue. I know that's a really lame thing to say, and I know most people I know most people are gonna look at that and say I'm being a fanboy slash crazy or etc. But holy shit, they're so bad. Like, they are so bad. There's basically nowhere to go. How do you continue, like, how do you continue Star Wars as a brand? How do you continue Star Wars as a brand when the story in The Rise of Skywalker, whatever the fuck it's called, when that story is so fucking bad that you basically have to ignore it?
Listen up. If any of you don't die out there, I might have work for you.
Like, I normally don't like to jump on the hate
Looks like I
train.
brought my fists
I
to a
normally
knife
don't
fight.
like to,
Welcome to the Summoner's Rift.
you know, dogpile in, but this is one of the rare occurrences in history.
30 seconds until minions
This is one of the rare
spawn.
occurrences in history where everyone can come together and basically agree. Ignore the dialogue, right? Ignore the acting, ignore the special effects, ignore the cinematography. Just look at the pure story. The story in the sequels is so fucking bad. It's so
Minions have spawned.
fucking bad. They basically can't continue this series without entirely ignoring it. The prequels weren't that bad. I know some people turn it into prequel versus sequel, where they say, well, the prequels had shitty CGI. It was outdated by the time it was used, and the plot and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, if you look at the pure plot, the prequels didn't ruin anything. And in fact, what happened with the prequels was pretty much in line with the dialogue used in episode 4. it was basically entirely in line. So from a pure
Who's looking to lose a fight today?
from a pure continuity standpoint, it didn't break any continuity, right? So it was generally not regarded as something that needed to be retconned out. In fact, I think most people would agree they'd like to see the prequels remade, right? The sequels, on the other hand, just are so bad, you basically have to ignore them. Like, imagine trying to write a story
An enemy has been slain.
and like you're asked unironically, okay, and where does Super Palpatine clone fit into this? How does this interact with what we've seen last in Star Wars, which is massively powerful super clone Palpatine? You'd just be sitting there like, okay, so Jedi can heal people and bring them back from the dead. Why isn't she using that power here?
No tapping out in my pants.
Okay, so apparently Luke Skywalker tried to murder people, and also he's dead, and also Han Solo is dead, and also Princess Leia is dead, and also Chewie is dead. How do you explain that going forwards?
An ally has
So
been
apparently,
slain.
the Separatists used a super mega Death Star that can blow up entire solar systems and blew up the entire government of the Republic. How do you explain the Republic having a government now? So apparently, Sith can now shoot Dune lasers into orbit. And they can now destroy entire spaceships
You got guts.
from you know, the land. How does your story explain that?
Every single one of them thinks they're the one to beat me.
Hey, how come the Sith in your story isn't using his giant Doom lightning lasers to take out the Rebel fleet? Is he a weak Sith? And by the way, that's what you need to now say. Any Sith that can't shoot lightning into space to destroy spaceships is now a weak Sith. And any Jedi that can't bring people back from the dead is now a weak Jedi.
Hey, you're Noxian, just like my pa. I'll try not to. Only thing in be right back. Gotta check on something.
See, that's when power creep goes wrong. Because you now need to literally say,
It was so damn quiet before I came along.
in any of the movies, you now need to explain why your Sith cannot shoot giant magical space lightning and take out spaceships. You now need to explain in every single movie why your Jedi can no longer bring people back from the dead.
Bastard.
Which, that's fucking stupid.
Being the boss is not being the boss.
Yeah, didn't you guys know? Apparently Anakin was a pretty weak Jedi. See, he couldn't bring people back from the dead. God, what a weakling.
An ally has been slain.
Why didn't Palpatine just literally bring her back from the dead? I mean, come on, Anakin.
Enemy has been slain.
Not dead.
Anakin, literally Space Jesus Skywalker,
Some beatings you just
was a weak Jedi.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I ain't no half-breed. I'm a full breed.
See, it's partly a problem of having a coherent story that eventually you're gonna have power creep and eventually you're gonna have plot wars from the plot issues, plot errors, what do you call those? Plot holes. There we go. You're gonna have plot holes in your previous content because eventually you're gonna need to power creep the story to keep the stakes up, right? Like, I agree. Like, it's hard to have a long, continuous story that never has any plot holes, okay? On the other hand, having plot holes that bad is probably not a good thing.
Until you fought him to the death. Well, nothing. Everyone loses. Wow. Almost everyone.
There probably shouldn't be a plot hole so big in Star Wars where a major fucking plot point was that there was a Sith so powerful he could bring people back from the dead, and then Rey, literally no training, can bring people back from the dead.
Somewhere out there's a demand that needs supplying.
I know it's made for children, but like,
Too hairy for humans, too smooth for Vistaya. What are you gonna do? It's all fun and games till someone
right?
gets their face
It's such an issue in any written work. Once you give people power over life and death, it becomes bad. If you want more on this topic, please see The Death of Superman.
People say they don't like violence.
An ally has been slain. He has destroyed a turret.
Violence is my business.
See, when they brought Superman back from the dead, that was equally stupid, because now everyone gets brought back from the dead, constantly. Also, literally the only threat Superman has ever had is that maybe he could die, I guess, which now can't even happen. So there's literally no weakness to Superman. No, but HASHINSHIN, don't you understand? Superman is actually weaker than Darkseid, so actually he couldn't yeah, he could, and he does every time.
Has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Despite ruin, my fur just stood up. Concussion. Oh, the line of people trying to take me down. Just take Everyone's got a plan until they get slammed.
Superman is actually on the lower end of the high tier list in the DC universe. I'll believe that when I see it.
The cracking of bones is the clinking of technique is for lightweights.
Shit, I was kind of hoping my team could pick up the slack there. I think one of the there's one dude who actually made an extremely good argument. There are already insects in the world that can move so fast that they actually need to stop moving. Is it an insect or is it a rodent? I don't know. It's some small thing that can actually move so fast that it has to stop moving because light, like it starts moving so fast that light starts having an issue because its brain can't process things because it starts moving so fast that it starts actually messing with it because it can't update its brain to where it is now, and it starts moving so fast that it starts fucking with a lot of different things. So it needs to stop moving and readjust itself to where it is. Like imagine we could just keep teleporting, right? And every time you moved, you teleported. Teleport, 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 teleport. Eventually you would need to stop and like, even for a split second, you would need to like rethink where the fuck you are. So in a weird way, DBZ's multi-teleport system is actually probably more realistic.
If anyone's watching this fight,
You know, in DBZ where they like rush up to people by teleporting forward multiple times. Because that would actually allow the fighters to adjust themselves to where the fuck am I? I just moved so fast.
all words fight words.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I think it's a beetle. Oh, you know, I'll be honest. I think if this, Cho'Gath had turned and fought, he actually was going to do enough damage to get the kill. Attacker beetle moves so fast it blinds itself. Yeah, that one. Like, imagine getting to that point,
How many times you get
right?
knocked
Imagine
down,
getting to that point.
it's how many times you get back up.
Imagine being so fast that you need to stop moving to readjust yourself. Yeah.
Nothing I hate more than people with sleeves. My coat costs more than this whole damn place.
Did you see me, Lucian? You didn't.
A summoner has
Makes sense, but I don't think that Akira Otori thought of that. I don't either. I think it was just a happy little accident. I don't think they intentionally did it.
Glad I don't have to fight me.
Just imagine if you instantly teleported behind someone, you would still need a split second to think to yourself, okay, where the fuck is he? Because what are you gonna do? Like teleport behind and then just punch forward? Like close your eyes and imagine you just teleport and punch forward. Yeah, I mean, you're probably behind him, right?
If
Like,
I ever find my
probably.
well,
Shit. I thought it would just instantly dash. Some idea was to stride breaker away.
oh great. Did that leave a mark?
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like ironically, Dragon Ball Z treats teleportation and moving extremely fast way more realistically than I think even they realize.
Has been slain.
Like when Goku did his teleport Kamehameha, yeah, I mean he stopped for a second, and I'm sure obviously it was for dramatic effect, but if you instantly teleport, you're not just gonna say instantly teleport like Kamehameha and you're like, ah fuck, it was a little bit off. You know? Alright, time to use my ultimate device. It'd be like you just flash into a brush and you just ult.
Has destroyed.
You just flash into a brush and you just like, I don't even know, you just start Lucian ulting. You're probably sure you know where they are. Yeah, probably.
You have been slain.
I feel like I lived for a very long time.
So, that's losing, huh? Not my favorite thing.
Well, one of my favorite things is in Invincible, where one of the only characters that can actually be a legitimate threat to Omni-Man is a guy that moves so fast. He's like the only character who legitimately can threaten Omni-Man.
They're the one to beat me.
Because he can, like, he's not super strong, but it's just if you have super fast punches, like, they'll do damage eventually, you know? And if you actually look at it, yeah, pretty much all the damage dealt to him was dealt by that one character. And they kind of even portray it like he stands a pretty good fighting chance when no one else does.
Until you fought him.
Ace.
Okay, yeah, we can just try to end, I suppose.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected.
I'm kind of curious in Invincible. Now, don't spoil it for me, obviously, but I'm kind of curious where they're gonna go with Omni-Man. Because he's kind of just shown as being like way the fuck stronger than anyone else. Period. So I'm kind of curious like where they go with it. Because the way they kind of show it is that like he could basically just beat everyone, period. And he's got an entire race of people like that, you know? Oh, I wanted to get the Cho'Gath. Damn it. I'm an idiot. No. I don't want to read the comment. Comic. 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 I did read the watch the final episode. He kind of betrayed his race at the end of season 1, but he didn't. And don't fucking spoil it for me. I will murder you. Have you seen The Boys? I have. From what I remember, isn't The Boys actually... Don't they actually, like, power up the soups in The Boys a little bit too hard? To where, like, they can't even die? That was a bit weird. Why is there a way to click a link in game? I feel like I do better with set than I do with Aatrox, but then again, I typically counterpick with set, don't I? Whereas I first pick Aatrox. So yeah, that definitely impacts things. Kiana. Wait, what am I going? Oh, it's Viego. Did I do second one or bone plating? Probably bone plating. I'm going with the attack speed because it smooths out my combos and gives me better early push and therefore priority.
A god! Reduced to a prisoner!
Eternal twilight calls for you.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
The true sound of my blade can only be heard when they loathe reincarnation.
Dude, I literally got more viewers playing Legends of Runeterra. I feel like the people who subscribe to this channel actually don't want League of Legends content. I feel like the people subscribing here are literally...
Minions have
Wait,
spawned.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if the people subscribing to this channel actually aren't my normal viewers. Anyone? Okay, let me actually ask this question. Anyone watching right now, do you not watch my main channel? If you watch it, don't say anything. If you do not watch my main channel, but you are subscribed to this channel, say something in chat. I'm not saying if you watch it at all, you don't count. If you never watch it, say something.
Do you see my edge? Your death awaits.
Like if you're not even subscribed to my main channel.
Limbs, I will carve your souls.
Diddles, I'm pretty sure you're watching for that amazing EU4 gameplay. Ha 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 ha. Dude, I've tried to start a new game in EU4 like 5 times now, and I get close. Don't get me wrong, I get close. But each time... Each time I get close, and then I just stop. I just go, nah, never mind.
I will render these mortal forms into my own.
I did see the Warhammer 3 gameplay, yeah.
Has been slain. Double kill.
It looks good, but I share a lot of complaints that other people are having. In that it still looks very range dominant.
Fall slave entrapped by endless life.
I did note that one...
On the destruction and making them lament my unholy birth.
I was watching one dude who was doing stat reviews of the Khorne units, and he noted that the Khorne cavalry was like freakishly better than any of the cavalry in game right now. Like freakishly better. And that kind of gives me a little bit of hope that they're pushing cavalry. Probably. I could find the video and I could probably find the clip for you if you remind me after this game, Diddles. But yeah, basically the Khorne cavalry in game is like way better than any of the cavalry currently in game.
My darkness was not born. It was forged by my prison.
Is he 6? No, he got 5. Okay.
I am not your enemy. I am
Dumbass.
the one true gift. I brought you death. Hear this cursed form.
An enemy has been slain.
Here, let me go try to find the video, actually. I could listen to it while I'm walking back the lane.
I am your retina, mortals.
Okay.
Warhammer 3. It's coming. Honestly, it feels like this cav would wipe the floor with every other cav we have in Warhammer 2, but who knows?
Yeah,
Piercing,
okay.
massive, dangerous, and very difficult to stop potential crushers of Khorne, powerful, unroutable, heavy cavalry. If those didn't shit you up enough, then maybe the Skull Crushers of Khorne will do the job. With their 130 armor, a shield, still big weapon strength that's armor piercing, massive charge bonus, and frenzy on top of it all as well. Not to mention good melee attack, decent melee defense for a shot cav. They're going to absolutely savage everybody and be pretty tough to bring down with that big chunky armor. Honestly, it feels like this cav would wipe the floor with every other cav we have in Warhammer 2, but who knows? Just seems like they're going to do absolutely gargantuan amounts of damage on the charge because of their big charge bonus, frenzy as well. It's going to be disgusting. And onto a big beast demon with the Bloodthirster, of course. Again, this big demon chap is going to be similar to the Exalted Bloodthirster we saw earlier, just a little bit less, but still big damage powerhouse, fire, magic, armor piercing. Bonus versus large though, so going to be a monster killer. Can still fly, of course.
Yeah, so basically the cav that they're adding for Khorne is as tanky as Black Orcs, but also fast, but also gets extremely high charge damage, but is also very damaging. So it seems they might be pushing cavalry, considering all the new cavalry, or at the very least the Khorne cavalry, are freakishly strong. As in, if you don't have strong melee, you basically can't kill those Khorne units. They're ridiculously high armored. That sucked. They are ridiculously high armored, but also do insane damage. Why did that not crit? Why, oh why, Jesus, did that not crit? So here, let me look at the stats. So currently, if you know stats from Warhammer 2, anyone in here? Sorry, if you like actually know the stats of you know, like what the average unit in Warhammer 2 would be, for example, I'll actually read you the stats, and you can, you know, decide for yourself. But basically, the Skull Crushers of Khorne, now they are a tier 3 unit, okay, so this is, or I should say, they currently tier units in the expansion, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, this is a tier 3, so it probably needs a tier 5 settlement to build, but they're currently 130 armor, 62 speed, where's their charge, 77 charge, 67 weapon strength, with anti-infantry, with frenzy. They're also demons, so they do not break morale. Melee attack 50, melee defense 39. So they're kind of at taking melee damage, but they're really fucking good at murdering you. In other words, they basically only lose to dedicated melee units. If they fight an archer, they will annihilate that archer. Like, you're not beating them by just using like a tier 1 pikeman and some archers. I should also mention that they have a bronze shield. So they, in addition to 130 armor and good HP, they have a bronze shield. So that's not like an amazing anti-arrow unit, but that's still, you know, isn't that 35 block chance? So damn, you know. It seems they are trying to push in some, I hate it. I think in the last expansion, the Wood Elves got some cavalry that fucked up archers pretty hard. So, it definitely seems they're gonna try to push. At the very least, they're gonna push cavalry fuck up archers, which has been kind of missing, because typically you just focus fire cavalry with archers, and, well... So their jungler can't get in their top jungle. And I think AFK'd. Probably AFK'd.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Rampage.
Kneel, mortals, so I may split your shoulders from your spine.
Turret plating will soon fall. Shut down.
No one's talking Warhammer with me here.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, so let me bring it up. No, doesn't anyone in chat actually know Warhammer shit? None of you know Warhammer shit? I'm just alone here? God damn it. Oh, I should have gone into Rumble. He was roaming pretty good. Pretty solid roaming. Wow, these games have been going pretty good, huh? Do I keep queuing? I feel like I should stop using this channel for League, but I did want to play League. So, yeah, here's the Corn Cav. Let's go through all of them, because... Actually, fuck it. Let's just go through all the corn units.
Varach Skin Feast. Again, he's a demon, so he doesn't rout. He has a physical resistance.
Oh, yeah, right. The thing with demons is demons don't rout. They're basically undead. So, demons don't rout. They're basically undead.
And is immune to terror. Has great melee stats, lots of melee attack, lots of weapon strength. Bonus versus infantry, armor piercing, magical attacks, fire damage, so he's going to be great at fighting in crowds. Also a massive charge bonus as well. And of course, you can see him on his big old juggernaut mount, so he can get around quickly. A very powerful damage dealer hero, it seems, especially as he won't rout. I forgot to mouse over the tooltips here though, but the two purple icons at the bottom there relate to his demonic trait where he dies slowly like the undead do. It's just relating to that, and of course, eventually hitting the disintegrating sort of stage as well. And safe to assume any abilities he would have would probably buff damage. And then to some infantry with the blood letters of corn.
If you want to see the tier, it's, is that a tier?
A
No,
mid-tier
he's on
damage
Zargard.
dealer
That's
infantry.
a tier. So
They're lacking
Zargard
in
are
the
tier
armor
3.
and melee
It's actually, a lot of people were complaining that the Zargard looked really, like, badass and over the top for tier 1 unit, but they're actually tier 3.
So not super tough, but they've got the damage output. Okay, weapon strength and melee attack, magical attacks as well, armor piercing, bonus versus infantry, and a bit of a charge bonus as well. But
yeah, the corn units are very high damage, but kind of
they
squishy.
also are a
The
demon
blood
unit,
letters
of course,
are
so they have the physical
crazy high
resistance,
damage.
they won't rout or run away, and
But
have the
squishy,
immunity
very
to terror.
squishy.
So that makes them a hell of a lot stronger than if they did break. So Khorne's army is getting some kind of undead vibes going on with these unbreakable, fear-causing units. Possibly going to be the budget frontline damage dealer unit.
They're
perhaps.
tier 2. They're not a throwaway, but they're not a late game. They're a,
If you want
yeah.
the superior version, you'll get the exalted blood
Those are
letters
tier
of
3.
Khorne. Very much the same deal, just more damage output, more melee attack, more weapon strength, Other than that, pretty much the same. So going to perform the same job, just going to be better at it with the more money you spend on them.
These guys get shred by
Gonna be pretty
archers, though.
scary though
No
to have
armor,
these
no
damage dealer
shield,
units that
not
you
very
can't
fast.
route. Now to some big chunky thick boys in the Chaos Warriors of Khorne.
This is where the power creep starts to happen. The Chaos Warriors of Khorne are literally the regular Chaos Warriors, but better.
Kind of similar to the Chaos Warriors we have already in the Warriors of Chaos, but just a bit stronger in the damage output. They
And
can
more
hold
armor.
and survive well with decent armor, leadership, and melee defense, but they've also got decent melee attack and weapon strength and a bit of a charge bonus as well, and frenzy,
Yeah.
not to mention immunity to psychology, so very tough.
They're higher stats than regular Chaos Warriors and higher stats and frenzy.
Very strong, hit hard, gonna be pretty freaking scary. Then we have Chaos Warriors of Khorne with halberds. Very similar, again, to the Chaos Warriors with halberds, armor-piercing, anti-large,
Once
big
again,
tough boys.
the same thing,
lots
but
of
higher
armor on, got
damage
the
with
charge
frenzy.
defense. Also has the frenzy and immunity to psychology still, so a little bit more damage dealer than the Warriors of Chaos, Chaos Warriors. With halberds, if that makes sense. Shut up, you know what I mean. But different from the Chaos Warriors, there are Chaos Warriors with dual weapons. These double axe wielding psychos have a mighty 58 weapon strength, which has a bonus versus infantry, although surprisingly no.
Yeah, these guys, looking at their stats, they're only considered a tier 2 unit, but like, holy fuck. These guys are Black Orc levels of fucked up. They have slightly less armor than a Black Orc, yes. They're very slow, yes. But like, 58 armor, sorry, that's 58 anti-infantry?
No armor piercing, lots
Yeah,
of
their
melee
only
attack
weakness
though,
is no
lacking
armor
in the melee
piercing.
defense however, but still lots of armor and decent leadership as well. And not to mention charge bonus, frenzy, immunity, blah blah blah. So lots of heavy armor for these Khorne boys, lots of damage output,
If you don't have
especially
armor,
for these fellas.
these
Although
guys
all of
will
these Khorne units
annihilate
seem
you.
to have 50 models per unit, which seems kind of small, but it's probably just because of the mode, so hard to say how big these units are actually going to be in the main game. Now to the chunky Juggernaut Cavalry with Blood Crushers of Khorne. And these ones are particularly dangerous as they're ridden by demons. They have the demonic trait, thus physical resistance, don't rout, immune to terror.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. All demonic units have physical resistance. I forgot about that. Right, so even though the Bloodletters look squishy, because they're only, what, 30, 40 armor, I think it was, with no shield or anything like that, and no defensive abilities, they actually get 10% physical resist.
Not
Which
to mention
isn't
all the big powerful
amazing,
stats, lots of
but
melee
they're
attack,
not as
lots of
squishy
weapon
as they
strength, armor
look.
piercing, anti-infantry, magic damage, big charge bonus, and still super tough with lots of armor. Although quite slow at only 62 speed, but look at the size of them. They're no doubt going to
62 is much
absolutely
faster than
destroy
infantry.
infantry, especially on the rear charge. They're going to be very dangerous and very difficult to stop potentially, given that they've probably got some pretty chunky mass. So very powerful, unroutable heavy cavalry. If those didn't shit you up enough, then maybe the Skull Crushers of Khorne will do the job. With their
Yeah.
130 armor, a shield,
Are they
still big
demon?
weapon
No,
strength,
these
it's armor
aren't
piercing,
demons.
massive charge bonus, and frenzy on top of it all as well. Not to mention good melee attack, decent melee defense for a shock cav. They're going to absolutely savage everybody and be pretty tough to bring down with that big chunky armor. Honestly, it feels like this cav would wipe the floor with every other cav we have in Warhammer 2, but who knows? Just seems like they're going to do absolutely gargantuan amounts of damage on the charge because of their big charge bonus frenzy as well. It's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, I like how he's basically saying, without saying it out loud, he's basically saying, yeah, these units seem really fucking broken. Anyone else?
And onto a big beef demon with the Bloodthirster, of course. Again, this big demon chap is going to be similar to the Exalted Bloodthirster we saw earlier, just a little bit less, but still big damage powerhouse, fire, magic, armor piercing, bonus.
Yeah, this guy is interesting because he's an anti-large unit that can't rout. And because he's a demon, that gives him physical resistance. So even if you're bringing pure armor piercing, he still gets some physical resistance into
This
that.
versus large though, so going to be a monster killer. Can still fly, of course, as well.
Oh, and he flies.
He is being a little bit debuffed at this point, though, so his weapon strength isn't quite what it should be, and his leadership as well. But just all round, a massive damage dealer. You can see these two abilities linking to his damage trait, Demonic Instability and Banish there. Those are the ones that cause damage when he loses his leadership, like an undead unit with Crumbling and Disintegration. So, massive hulking powerhouse damage dealer demon that is also...
I actually wouldn't mind it if they made Khorne and some of the other chaos like super OP. I don't think that would be the worst thing. that'd be kind of fun to fight for a little bit.
So anti-large, by the way, and can fly. Good luck killing him. In this, it was quite easy to kill them because they didn't have much health and you could just shoot them down quite easily, but I imagine they're going to be much tougher in the actual game. But Khorne coming out with some big boy units, lots of heavy armor, lots of hard hitters, absolute
Those
savages.
look really cool though.
We also have this funky little artillery piece for Khorne's army, the Skull Cannon. As you can see, it's a cannon on top and some weird fucking creature below, which apparently fires flaming skulls, as people have told me. Big armor-piercing weapon strength at 465, nice range at 420 as well. Fire and magical damage on their ammo, as well as on their melee attacks, which is also armor-piercing and anti-infantry, so they can charge around like a chariot, do some work there, although their melee defense is pretty bad, so you don't want to leave them in prolonged combat, but still, nice for Khorne to have a bit of a ranged artillery piece option, especially as it is very mobile and pretty speedy. So there you go, all of Khorne's units that we got to see. I'm sure there are more, but this is just the ones that we got to see in this survival game mode. Lots of cool stuff for Khorne's army, and of course for Kislev as well. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff to look forward to. They are going to be revealing more about these two armies over the coming month, so interesting to see what they drop there. I'll likely cover all of that as well. But how are you feeling? I did a poll asking people which faction they were most looking forward to, and
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, let's find. I want to find these guys as Sheldon. God, these guys are cool as shit.
be like a really budget Lothan Sea Guard, essentially. Although not as tough. My favorite units I got to play as Kislev, the
Streltsy have not great ammo. Their weapons aren't that great, but I think they're full melee piercing. Their model count is pretty good. And their armor is decent. But they get, their melee attack, melee defense isn't so great. Weapon strength, is it anti-infantry?
Streltsy. Their weapon is just too freaking cool. It's a handgun mixed in with an axe on the end. It's glorious. Another hybrid unit that's pretty decent in melee with armor-piercing damage as well from that axe. And their missile attack is very similar to handgunners from the Empire, which is armor-piercing as well, so you can expect similar performance there. Going to be a really versatile unit, I think, with the ability to take on the front line potentially, or to fall back and be a ranged unit as well if they want to, or a little bit of both. So pretty much an upgrade from the Kossars, but with armor-piercing damage on both kinds of their attack. Streltsy looking very nice. And then we have, guess what? Another hybrid unit, the Ice Guard with Glaive.
These are boring. Hold on, let me see what this guy's gonna say. Yeah. There was one game I kind of wanted to get on Steam, but I'm not sure now. Suppose I could just pull it over here. Hood, Outlaws and Legends. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this thing? Yeah. 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 If I was like 19 still, I would probably buy it, play with some friends for a bit, you know. Played Hearts Iron 4? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I feel like I kind of got my fix of League, you know? Maybe I'll play one more. I'll probably play one more and be done. Make sure to join my Discord at discord.gg/HASHINSHIN. And no, they haven't talked about chaos campaigns at all. I don't think they've talked about campaigns at all, period. Wait, no, don't ban Aatrox, you idiot. Oh, fuck. Okay, if someone dodge it, that's a sign. I think I'm gonna be done for now. I think I'm gonna be done for now. I'll be back tomorrow, though. For sure, I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.